Got a Sony TV that came in, customer owns it, they know what's wrong with it. Because, hey, they've diagnosed it on Google and on YouTube. It's the tab connectors according to them. I'm not so sure about that. Let's take a look at the picture and we'll see whether it is or not. Check it out. This is a Sony 52-inch XBR LCD TV, and as you can see, the picture is pretty bad. So we're going to open this one up and see what's causing this problem. So this one's a KDL52xbr4 from October 2007. It's a conventional fluorescent backlit LCD screen. Yeah, I know there's probably going to be people that are upset now that I've got my big 400 watt production light on here, because it does a tendency to hum a bit, and it does pick it up a lot more on camera than it actually is. I can hear it, but it's not loud, but someone's going to squawk about it. But you know what? We need the light to see what I'm doing on this side of the shop. So on this one here, we've got 3 main power supply boards, a main digital board, and timing controller. Power supplies, main power supply is here. This one's one of the driver boards for the fluorescent backlights. This is an inverter board, and the other one is over here. Board that I'm concerned with is the timing controller right there. So if we want to do some testing on this to determine where the problem might be on this set before we even get into this set, and say the owner of the set is insisting that it's the tabs that are loose. I don't think so. Not from that description. I think we have a video processor problem on here. How we can look at this and try to determine where the fault may be without even taking the back off the set is if we go into the service mode. So we need a original remote for this. We press the key combination display, 5, volume up, and power. So that's display followed by number 5, volume up, and power. That will put the set into what's called test mode. What I want to do is I want to bring up the internal test pattern generator. There we go. Okay, when we're in that test pattern, or in this mode, I'm going to use the number 4 key, and I'm going to cycle down until I see test pattern, and I think it's 0 I press, yes. And then I'm going to press 0 again to select the video test pattern, or enter, enter. So I press enter, and I can either bring up a white bar, color bar 1080, a color bar 480i, a color bar 1080i, but those require those are for analog signals going in. I'm going to use number 4, which is the only one I think I can select on this. If I press the 1 and 4 keys on the remote, it will cycle through the different ones. So it's only going to go to 1 or 4. So I'm going to go to number 4. I'm going to press the I think it's enter, and then I'm going to press enter again. And here we go. Now we've got our color bar, and this will give us an idea of where our problems are on this TV, and more importantly, where our problems are not. So we're seeing it in the luminance, quite badly in the luminance, and in the green, or in the blue a little bit, and certainly in the red bar, but in the stair steps. But in the actual color bars themselves, the color bars themselves look fine. And looking at it to the eye, you can see it in the luminance at the top of the screen and in the red. But what this tells me here is this is telling me that the panel is okay, the T-Con board is also okay, and the problem is going to be further back in the main video board on the digital board, because there's no disturbance in the color bars on the bottom portion of the screen. When we have tab problems, we normally see problems like this. This is one tab loose. There's 4 tabs on this one. This is the, looking from the back, the tab on the right is loose, and we'll move across the screen just so you can see the different types of problems that tabs normally cause in the visual on these sets. That's when they don't shut down, because sometimes if the tab connections aren't making a good connection, the set will actually shut down. But there's one tab loose, and of course, you'll get different things like this if a tab is loose. it's going to affect the entire picture or half the picture. So that's one. If I go to the next tab and just move it slightly, we get half the screen white and various different symptoms. But the tabs usually will affect the half of the entire screen. Third tab over, going from the right to the left, it'll do the same on the other side of the screen. Right? So when you get things like that, that's the type of a symptom you'll get if you have a tab that's loose. And like this one over here. Right? In this case, the picture displaying color bars from the internal generator, as you can see, is perfect. That flicker you see there is actually not present in the picture. That's just an artifact with the camera. If you're noticing some flicker in the white bar, that's not noticeable to the eye. Just something playing with the camera shutter. The mid-red bar, the stair-step bar, is really bad, as it shows on the camera. The blue is also flickering a bit. The green is fine. And of course, the video at the top of the screen, it's actually leaking through. That's supposed to be a gray stair step, but video is actually leaking through, as you can see. So to me, that's telling me the problem's either on this digital board here. I don't think it's not going to be the analog board, because we're not using the analog board. Our HDMI is going in here. Something on the main video board is bad. The digital data comes up to here where it's processed. This will be where your video processor and gamma correction and stuff is. And then from there it's passed on to the timing controller, which of course drives the panel itself. For sure the problem is going to be on this board. And the reason I can say that with pretty good confidence that that's where the problem is without even going any further is this is the digital video processing board. This is where the test pattern would be generated. The video is going in here through the HDMI. When that test pattern's on, that white bar at the top, which is supposed to be a grayscale stair step, video keeps leaking through. It comes and goes. It'll be a nice stair step at one point, with all the noise of course, and then video starts leaking through. It's happening on this board. It's not happening over here on the video processor. And the fact that the video processor is processing the full 100% color bars fine, it's just the gray level color bars that are getting messed up, and are the stair step, and the mid grays of luminance that's getting messed up. It's going to be on this board here. One of the chips on here is bad. I'm going to leave it at this. The person that owns this TV actually wants to fix it, and I think they're crazy, but they want me to try and find a board for it, and they want me to swap out the video board on this one. I'm going to take a look and see if I can find one for it, and if we can get a board at a reasonable cost, then we'll change the board on this one. But at this point, I'm going to end the video because we know we got a video processor problem. I didn't recommend fixing it because the TV is 12 years old, and the person that owns it says, "Yeah, but it's a Sony." And then I find out that they just bought the TV and bought it broken, and I think they kind of got taken a bit to the cleaners. But anyway, they want to try and fix this, so we'll investigate and see if I can actually find a new board for it. And if I can get a new board for it, then we'll get the set back. I gave it back to them and said, I don't want to store it for you. You know, we can get a board for it, great. And I left it in their hands to get the board. Anyway, thanks for watching. We'll catch you in the next one real soon.